Talent Care Education, RBN Education, BD Expert Education, and BHE Uni. And we have a wonderful morning. We have the perfect environment for cricket, and we will have both teams. It's a 16 overs game, and we'll have 3-over power play. The viewers will take a bit of time to adjust to the new rules, but I believe it will be fun. New format of cricket is always fun. We have seen the T10, we have seen a bit of 100-ball cricket, so it's good, and it's very good. And we have already had the toss. For those of you who were not with us for that, GSC Dynamics versus Rising Ideal, it's the match, and GSC Dynamics won the toss, and to a bit of surprise, they actually chose to bowl first. Whereas in reality, in this field, we have had the expert opinion from the players around is that batting first was the ideal option. Why do you think GSC Dynamics won the toss and chose to bowl first, Rian?
Maybe they explored. If they will took the bat first, took the field first, they will win. That is why maybe. They didn't analyze it properly. Maybe this is the point.
Yeah, it could be, but also I think they relied on their bowlers a bit more, so they want to build a bit more early pressure and maybe restrict the opposition to a low score. We were talking about the average score, and we heard that figure around 220. That's the figure that captain of GSC Dynamics, Mr. Masood Rana, he quoted. Mr. Zaman, he quoted. So. Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of excitement, and we are ready for the first ball. Umpire, Mr. Imam Hossain, he is signaling, and we have the field ready, and we are good to go. And something that we don't see in this field usually, a defensive shot. So again, Rian, I want to get to you is that what sort of batting performance do you think? We have seen the boundaries. I want to talk to the viewers about the boundary dimensions. If you see that the extra cover to a right-hander is very short. And well, disastrous start. It's a no ball, and it went to over square leg for a massive 6. And yes, we were talking about the batting side building early pressure, and we were talking about what sort of bowling performance we were expecting, but that sort of extra is not going to help on a high scoring round. What do you think? Like, what sort of plan would the bowlers have?
The bowlers will have ball to the outside off to check and he have to keep the length on good length. It will be the key for the bowlers team.
Yeah, absolutely. Since I would ask the captain of Rising Ideal whether they have any left-handed batters or not. So they did said that they do not have any left-handed batters, which must be a relief. And well, does not matter if you're a right-hander or a left-hander. If you can hit them, you can hit them. It's a second boundary towards that very particular region, and it seems that the openers, they both prefer. And we have Hasanur and Jewel, both of them preferring the leg side. So it seems that they are targeting not the short boundary, rather their strength, which is playing to their strength, which is, I suppose, is the ideal way to go about it.
Third ball, it's a better ball from the bowler, and mid on leg, tried to play it on one side, but fully missed the length and picks up 1 run.
Yes, I think in this field, as I was talking about the captain of Rising Ideal, and he was saying that anything below 220, he would be very happy. And if you are to restrict the opposition under 220, you have to bowl deliveries like those, the Yorker length deliveries. Those are the sort of deliveries you want. And the captain, Zaman, he himself is bowling of Captain GSC Dynamics. He has to justify his decision of bowling first, and it seems that, since the sun is up, I think maybe he wants to exploit if there is some movement in the surface with this sort of a deliveries. And again, you see targeting that square leg, and Zaman, he has understood. He's a very experienced player. He has all the tools and understanding the batsman's range, and he's trying to block out that leg side. So if you are a batsman, I want to put you, do you want to make some room and go over that short boundary, or do you just keep on playing to the onside?
In table tennis cricket, most of the batter always try to play it in leg. I seen before. So they are doing this kind of things. But bowler is very clever. He keep the length on middle and leg, and he tries to bowl on Yorker length. That is a batsman are struggling from the ball.
Yeah, spot on. I think it's the first over done, and we'll see that it's 14 for no loss, and it's a wonderful start. They will need to continue it. Anyways, as we were talking about in the first over, we'll get back to that. We have seen that the plan, and you are talking about bowling it full and not giving any sort of room, and we saw a similar delivery, but just miscue a bit, and that's all you need. These batsmen, they have very good strong forearms, and they can just whip it past the mid wicket. We have seen Jihadul Islam Jewel; he's already 12 of 6, and he's scoring quickly. But again, it does not have to be always Yorker. You have to, if you can get the ball to shape in a bit, just as we saw right now from the bowler Tipu. He's a very good bowler, and if you can do that, maybe restrain the batsman. But you have to pick up wickets. What would be your plan to pick up wickets?
Now we have seen the bowler creating the angle. Next ball, it's a Yorker and delivery, full defensive. Have no clue what kind of delivery this is, and he's fully struck the ball, and he's seeing the total 30th circle is locked by the fielders. A bowler on the point, and batter is ready for the next ball. Very good delivery from the bowler. First delivery we've seen he creating the angle, and second delivery fully Yorker delivery. Next ball, and he played to the square leg, no fielder, and clears the boundary. Another 4 from the batter.
Yes, as we were talking about, if you aim for those Yorkers, you have to execute it absolutely perfectly. Even a slight error, and it will go to the boundary. Now, if you see the fielding setup now, you can see that you have a square leg and a mid wicket. Ooh, there is a bit of an appeal, but the umpire says that no, it's a wide delivery. So we are having those little battles, mini battles, where you can see that the players on the leg side are stationed, but the umpire is giving those signals that it's a very narrow margin for the wide, so you cannot be erring on the right side. And there you go, as we were talking about, that you cannot be bowling on a length on this surface. You have to be consistent. You have to be very consistent. And Ryan, if you are a batsman, I don't think you should be thinking about dimensions anymore, because if you connect it, you will clear it, right?
Yeah. There is no clue about the dimensions, but you have to keep the ball on the wide outside the off, then you can protect the batter. Otherwise, it will be the batter will hit the ball and ball gone to the distance.
Yes, absolutely. I think even if you have the fielders in place, I think one thing you have to get is the variation of pace. If you cannot get the batters to miss time, even if this is a half hit, it will go to the boundary. I think the plan is there. They're trying to keep it tight. They're not trying to give anything to a hitting arc, but the execution has not been on so far. So Tipu, he'll be a bit disappointed. I think he's 17 of 5, but as we were talking about the 220 mark in 16 overs, so that would account for around, I would say, 14 runs, 13 runs in an over. So if you can keep them around that mark, the bowlers will be rather happy. That was a sort of delivery you were talking about, right? Yes. Not giving any sort of room.
Yes. This ball is too low. There is a batter can't play well. He picks up maybe a 1 run or 30 32 with no loss, 2 over gone.
Is the captain. He is bringing himself on for the second over. And as we were talking about that, when you are trying to defend a score or you're trying to set up a score, the mentality is completely different. So when you're under pressure in the first 2 overs, you concede 632 is 33 right now with a wide. That really gives you the impression that it can be difficult as a bowling unit. And as a captain, you have to keep your cool and you have to understand that yes, we are conceding runs, we are conceding boundaries, we are conceding sixes. And let me tell you, all the sixes and boundaries have been over the leg side. The captain has 2 fielders there. The captain has a square leg and a mid wicket, very close to each other, but it does not matter. I think one thing you have to do is make them hit straight. The straight boundaries are massive. You look at the long on boundary, it's huge. That is the only place you might have any chance of restricting the batsman. But if you give him any sort of room to free his arms, he can quite easily put it over square leg or over mid wicket.
Very good shot from the batter. He gone down the wicket and a bowler's back dive ball gone to the long on and clears the boundary. Very good boundary from the batter.
Yes, absolutely. I think we were talking about the straight, hitting it straight, and you see, it's when he hits it straight, it's not a 6, it's a 4. So I think in the context of the game, it's still a win. If you can make him hit straight, make him hit 4s rather than 6s, I think it's something that you can exploit. But I'm wondering about the field setup. You have put in 2 fielders on that side, and it has not mattered if the ball went to that part of the ground towards square leg and mid wicket. I think you're better off trying to put fielders on a different area and bowl to a different field setup. It's the same. It's just bowling to the batsman's strength. It does not matter. You can put up like 6 fielders in that zone. It would not matter. And I think a better plan would be, as you were talking about, bowling outside off. Even if the boundary is short, it is very difficult to hit a ball that is outside off stump over extra cover. It's a very difficult shot. So if you have a fielder on extra cover and long off, you can cut off the 6s. You can at least, even if the batsman hits it into the gap, it will only go for a 4, whereas rather now it is going for 6s. We have back-to-back 6s. This is exceptional. This is exceptional. I think you are, talking about some of the most extravagant hitting, we are going to say, and this is going to be the theme of this tournament. And we all love boundaries, right?
This is a very, very good shot. Just pick the length and loved the shot and gone to the distance. Third delivery of the over, and it's a very massive shot from the batter. It's gone to the mid wicket and clears the boundary. Very good from the batter.
It's the end of the first power play. It was a 3-over power play. Now the bowling side will have a few more fielders outside the circle. I think 5 fielders outside the circle. But I'm of the impression that it really wouldn't matter. It really wouldn't matter if you are putting fielders outside. Maybe if you can make them hit straight. We have seen that the boundaries that have come, the 4s, they have come down the ground. So if you can make them hit straight, then you may have a chance. We're seeing a new bowler, Sujon. He's a quick bowler. Uh, we haven't seen any spinner. I mean, I have had the privilege of playing a match here, and if you can have a leg spinner, a wrist spinner, or a tall bowler, if you can get a bit of bounce, maybe there is a chance of a top edge. I mean, top edge can go for 6 as well, but why not? Why not try something different when your seamers are going for runs?
Yes, always in international cricket, leg spinner is key. Here is key, they can be key. So they can use one wrist spinner or leg spinner. So new bowler. So let's see if he can pick a wicket. It will be very helpful for the bowler side.
Spot on. We are seeing the field changes, and we have seen a square leg, we have seen a mid wicket, we have seen a backward square leg. So 4 fielders on the leg side. Again, I am not sure I agree with the plan, because anything to the leg side, I don't think the boundaries are big enough. But yeah, I think the bowler must have had a plan. And Sujan Ahmed, let's see what sort of strategy he tries to execute. Yes, this is the plan you were crying out for. You wanted the bowler to bowl outside the off stump. It's not easy to hit a ball across the line, a full Yorkerish delivery over the leg side, and it seems that both the batters, Hasanur and Jewel, they prefer